What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Lito FX, back at it again with another market forecast video, right? So I haven't done one of these in a long time. It's probably been like a month, right? So the last call that we had on the channel was the chart Sundays, where we went over on a live stream pretty much what I expected for the week, and I answered a lot of you guys' questions. I haven't been real active on YouTube lately though, just because I've been having a lot of other things going on. Just life overall. Y'all watch my Instagram story, y'all know I've been in the gym a lot lately, so it's really been hard for me to film a lot of videos, and I've been running out of like ideas, right? So like I haven't been really knowing just what to post besides the weekly forecast. But even when I haven't been posting, I've been putting like the screenshots in the Telegram chat. So if you aren't in my free Telegram chat, join the link below. It'll be in the description. Definitely take advantage of that, because like I said, I have been posting the charts even though I haven't been actually filming the market forecast videos. So we're gonna be going into a few pairs today. We're gonna be talking about US 30. We're gonna be talking about gold, and what I'm overall expecting on those. And I also want you guys to pay attention to some of the previous videos that I went over, and I was discussing a few of these moves that's been happening, and now they finally have been playing out. So let me go ahead and move this over as such. So here we can see we have US 30 pulled up. If you go back to like the beginning of the videos, but back in like February, March, like we've been talking about this buy. This buy is finally playing out, and it's almost at its negative 61.8 TP based off of this fib from point A to point B. Price pull back and almost hit its overall TP. However, to end the week, last week, you guys know I always pay attention to the most recent candle, especially on the weekly time frame. We could see that we had this huge bearish engulfing type pattern here that closed beneath this following candle here. So we could also see that this all was an area of resistance here that got broken and never came back to get retested. So in the back of my mind, that's pretty much what I'm looking for US 30 to do in the next couple weeks or so, is to come back to test these highs, retest them, and then we could potentially push up to our negative 61.8 TP. However, and I also pulled this up my fib. I had a fib from point A to point B. This is a 78.6 retracement, so price could trickle down here and go all the way down here to like this area here or this area here, but that's literally like weeks and months ahead of time. So we're not looking that far into the future. We only focusing on what's about to happen this week, right? So on the daily time frame, we can see here it's kind of lining up with the weekly. We having a lot of bearish momentum. We have 1, 2, 3 consecutive daily bearish candles, so that letting us know that there is some bearish pressure inside of the market currently where we are at. Drop down to the 4-hour. We can see we had this huge 4-hour engulfing, which is lining up with the weekly and the daily. So it's important, if you're new to this call, just to understand that the market is just one big story, right? So if you understand the story from the highest time frames all the way down to the lowest time frames, is really crucial, because now you can understand like, okay, what's the long-term move, and then what is the overall short-term move, which is the right now money, which is what I give you guys on these calls, right? So I'm going to show my drawings now. So based off of the 4-hour structure, you can see here that I have this fib that started from this point A to this new point B after we broke this previous higher low point here. And then we had an 88.6 retracement. So I'm looking for a price to at least get down to this negative 61.8. So when we get down to the smaller time frames here, let's clean this up a little bit so I'm not confusing you guys. Last week, we had a good selling opportunity where we had this break of this previous higher low based off of this smaller uptrend break, retested the trend line, pushed down, then we came back to test that level of support one more time, and then we got this huge drop on Friday on NFP week, which is a beautiful trade. And then now currently where we're sitting at, we broke this previous level of support. So just how we just were talking about, anytime you break a level of resistance or support, you're then looking for the market to come back to retest that area that was previously broken, and then we'd be looking for our continuation, because we know the market moves in 3 phases: impulse, correction, continuation. So to end the week, we just had this huge impulse. Now I'll be looking for a correction before we get down to our continuation. So we can see here this red dotted line that I have is the daily high. So if I go back to the daily time frame, this wick on the daily this is where this red dotted line originated from. And the reason why I have this marked is because just how I was talking about the highs that got broken, never got retested. Technically, this could pull up, this could retest this wick right here and then continue pushing up for a buy, since this buy was so strong on the daily time frame. So that's just something I need to be mindful of. But since that negative 61.8 and that daily previous high lines up together, then that gives me confidence that I know price is going to at least come there before headed into the upwards direction, right? So even I can draw like a minor structured trend line here. So from this point to this point, and if price breaks above this trend line, so if it does something like this, if price does something like this, then you know that this is a buying opportunity to then carry it up to that negative 61.8 that we were referring to on our daily time frame. So that's something that you want to be mindful of. However, I'm focused on the structure that we're in right now. So since we haven't hit this negative 61.8, I'm looking for sales at this area. Price could potentially push up a little bit higher, maybe into like this area of resistance right here, but I don't see it going any further than that before it overall drops and hits this negative 61.8. But of course, that we know that we do not always predict the market, we react to it. So if it does break this trend line and breaks this high up here, then I'll be looking for buys. So let me go ahead and type out an annotation: buys once we break and retest. So this is how y'all pretty much want to play the market. Like, you just want to play it by, if I do this, then, well, if I move, you move just like that. So if the market tells you it's going up, then you look for buys. If it's telling you it's going down, then you look for sales. Simple, not too complicated. It's just, you got to leave your emotions out of the market, right? So that's what I'm looking for on US 30 for the overall week. Like I said, sales down to this negative 61.8. Then I'll reevaluate that once it gets there. Also, speaking of this, I will be doing my first live trading sessions this week. So definitely look out for those. So potentially on a live trading session, we could potentially catch this move. If it happens during a live trading session hours, pretty much it's going to start at 7 a.m. and it's only for my blueprint students, right? So if you're not a part of the blueprint course, then you'll have to miss out on this time. But I'm just trying things out for the first time with my students, and then I'll see how it goes. And then if I decide to do it on YouTube, then I might make that a thing. But as of right now, it's only for my blueprint students. So definitely look out for that this week. If you're in my blueprint course, just check your overall Telegram chat. The Zoom link is in your course, and you just join when I drop the link, right? So definitely look out for that. Here now I'm going to go to gold. So on gold here, on a weekly time frame, you can see we've been at this area, drop, came to this area, drop, came to this area again. Now we're dropped, but however, we can see that we have this like uptrend where we had a high, higher low, higher high, and then we came back to retest this previous high that we broke. And now we're starting to get rejections, and then we got some exhaustion right here. So this is the indication that the market could potentially push up from this area if we continue to reject this area at like 1935, 1940-ish area. That's something that we really need to pay attention to. However, if the price continues to give us bearish movement, we could potentially come right back down to like 1811 area, but that's weeks from now. So we're not looking too far into the future. On the daily time frame, the daily time frame looks good. We kind of in this area of consolidation, so we can see here that we had a consolidating area right at this price point here in between like 1985 to like 1935. So this little range right here, we're currently right back into that range. So we ranged here, we're kind of ranging here. So now we need to see if price is going to push up from this area, or is price going to potentially push down. Now, what we need to be extremely careful of is that on our 4-hour time frame, it looks like we made a new high. So if we have low, lower high, lower low, this created a new high, then we created a higher low point. So potentially we could potentially see the market give us a continuation. So we have impulse, correction, give us a continuation, but I'm only looking for that once we can get past this level of resistance, because we see we have some rejections right here. So if we can get through here with some bullish candles, then I have high confidence that the market will then continue to push up higher. However, if we reject this area, then we could then potentially see the market continue down in this downtrending structure, because we have high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If this forms a new lower high point, then we could expect the market to then continue to make lower lows. So if you're looking for the buys, just be careful at this area until we get a little bit more confirmation. So here I have my chart pulled up now. You can see I had this fib structure here. So I drew this fib once we broke this higher low point here. So from point A to point B, 61.8 retracement. And then we could potentially expect price to come down to this negative 61.8 if we continue to form lower lows and lower high points. However, if we do not, then we'll be looking for price to then potentially push up to this green zone up here later down in the road, right? So now that we have on a 1 hour time frame, we just boxing price in and getting closer to price as possible. So we could see that we broke this trend line. We had a brand new impulse to end the week, and then we broke this previous lower high point. So I'm looking for price to potentially retest this area. So this high, these highs that we broke, I'll look for price to come back to retest. I have an alert set here, and then I'll be looking for a buy up to this area. If we can surpass this area, then I know that this buy for the overall higher time frames is almost ready. So that'll be something I'm looking for. So you see I have this BOS line here. Once, like I said, once we break that area, then I'll be looking for buys long term. However, if we do not break this area and we respect it, then we could see price potentially come here again and then push down to this negative 61.8 based off of this fib structure here. So this point A to point B, and then negative 61.8. So that's why I have this note here. Be mindful that the structure has not hit negative 61.8 for the fib yet, so we could push here before buying long term. But for the right now money, this is a buy based off of the minor structure. So we had low, lower high, lower low. We had an impulse that broke this previous lower high point, came back to retest, and then we look for a buy up to the negative 27. So that's what I'm looking for gold right now. But like I said, if we respect this level here, because we're still technically in the downtrend, then we could potentially push down to this negative 61.8. So if we don't get rejections at this area, I won't be looking for buys until we get down to this negative 61.8. Then I'll be looking for buys. So I hope this video was super helpful. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Please, please, please. Let me know in the comment section some videos that you guys want to see, right? So I want to be able to put out the content that you guys want to see. I know that the best video that got the best views that you guys enjoyed the most was the day in the life. So if you guys want to see more day in the life videos, then I can. Like, I can vlog, I can do all of those things, but I'm doing it for you guys, right? So I need to know what it is that you guys want to see, because the weekly forecast, you know, these videos don't really get a lot of traction. So like, that's why I'm not really in a rush to do them that often, because I know that not that many people watch them. But the people, I mean, more people watch other videos like the day in the lives, the vlogs with the cars. Like, you guys, I get some feedback on my Instagram that you want to see like lifestyle content. Like, I don't mind posting those things, but I still want this channel to be educational, where you could definitely learn something, because I don't want to be one of those people that's just like, oh, like, you know, like, look at my cars, look at, you know, all of that stuff. I'd rather y'all come to my channel and learn something. So definitely let me know in the comment section what you guys will be that you guys want to see, and I'll definitely put that content out. So I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. See you all in the next market forecast video. Peace.